Hey everybody, welcome to RBL Weekly. It is week 8 of the 2025 Roast Battle League season, sponsored exclusively by Neft Vodka. I am the Roast Battle League Commissioner, Pat Barker, joined by a very special co-host this week, the former LA champion, the the incomparable Nasty Nate Welch. Hey, do you want to just run back what you were saying right before we hit record?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying I'm excited to kick Robin Tran in a dick tomorrow night here in Los Angeles at the Roast Battle.
As we sit here today, Nate preparing for his battle with Robin Tran. By the time you see this, that will have already happened. Predictions?
She's gonna get kicked in the dick.
And you, is there a strategy? Are you gonna try to do trans jokes?
I mean, she's trans and Vietnamese, so I mean, I'm gonna do what I do. I gotta do my jokes, about whatever information she gave me.
Hell yeah. Racist and transphobic hallmarks of the roast battle.
I'm gonna start leaning into it.
I love it. And you have to avenge the last time you battled a trans person. One of the only, I feel like, bad losses on your resume.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't just because it was that Jam in the Van.
I think it might have been. That didn't help.
I think if we listening to that battle back against the first time I battled a trans person, Effie Meadows, shout out. It was that Jam in the Van, and I feel like that crowd's different, and they hated hearing trans jokes coming from me.
They sure did.
I think if those jokes was in the belly room, maybe it went different. I battled Julie in Days of Them, and and I whooped their asses.
Days of Them, yeah.
I whooped their asses. So I was like, I did that in the belly room, so we'll see what happens. Either bold prediction, I'm gonna kick her in the dick with words, and it's gonna crush, or they're gonna hate me, and I'm gonna get my ass whipped.
Either way, it's gonna be great footage. Look out for it on RBL Weekly. I'm sure in 2 weeks. I have a feeling the battle's gonna be great regardless of who wins. Now, Nate and I are both on a little bit of a time crunch tonight, but we want to make sure that we watch all the battles. So enough of our bullshit. Let's get right into the battles. As always, top 7 battles. Thanks to our ranking committee, they had a tough task this week. There were 2 battles up top everybody seemed to agree on, and then after that, it was kind of like up for grabs. And we got some new blood in the mix this week. Excited to welcome some cities that we haven't really seen a lot of this year in the early going. And let's start with Toronto, making their 2025 debut in Week 8. They pull off the number 7 battle of the week. These are 2 of the top stars out of Toronto, and this was the 7th best battle of Week 8. This is Will Christensen going up against Amanda Custodio. Here it is.
Amanda Custodio here. Amanda Custodio. She has the name of an Italian custodian and the body of an even more Italian custodian. Seriously, she looks like a lesbian Mario, Just like Mario, too. Every box she hits is full of mushrooms and loose change.
Everybody, give it up for Will Christensen, a.k.a. Ozempic Harry Potter. Comedy made Will broke. Now he has so many roommates that even Indians are like, calm down.
I like that you think I'm the one who needs Ozempic. Amanda here, she was hit by a car when she was 16. It's an event that she says shaped her as a person. Specifically, it shaped her all weird and fucked up like that. She should be thankful for the car, though. It's the only thing that's wanted to hit on her in like 15 years.
Keep it up, Will. You're not good at that. Will's mom gave birth without her water breaking. That's how unfuckable he is. Even before he was born, he made a woman dry.
On that note, Amanda's preferred dating type is an autistic loser.
So you.
She's let so many dorks come inside her, Comic-Con's considering her pussy for a venue. She gets guys to touch her clit by telling them there's a really rare Pokemon card in
there. For all the ladies out there, we are also offering at Comic-Con. My body, my choice. Will didn't lose his virginity until he was 24. What can I say? Some of us are late. Rumors.
Some women have birthing hips. Amanda here has hips for a whole litter. She looks like she evolved to birth 9 babies at a time because she's inevitably going to eat 7 of them.
After my I did eat all 7 fetuses, everybody. Don't give away my secrets. All right. Will watches movies with his friend Steph every week. She talks throughout the movie. So Will has to remind her that no one is coming to help. Actually, in fact, Will loves eating pussy. He just waits for the Humane Society to euthanize them first.
Amanda had no during COVID-19. You know, some people said CERB wasn't enough to support a life, but for her it was certainly enough to end one. During that time, she was also a nanny. Something about taking care of the kids made her want to take care of that kid.
He's right. Will performed at his church to silence. He bombs more in the name of religion than Israel.
All right. That is first battle of the show. Number 7 battle, Amanda Custodio going up against Will Christensen. Nate, I could feel it. You have some hot takes about this battle. You have some things to say. I'm not going to waste any time. Kick it off.
Okay, first thing I'll say is I think Will Christensen might be one of my new favorite people I've seen on this thing. That guy was funny as shit. The chick was okay, I guess. She looked like one of those, like, she just gave off like 90s stepmom vibe. Like her haircut and her dress, like everything, like the way she was dressed, like everything, she gave off like somebody's stepmom in the 90s.
Okay.
To me, I don't know what. There's no joke I'm trying to make. It's just that's what I
It's just the vibe. It's just the vibe you got.
And like I did, yeah. But I love that guy's energy. He was like, he obviously knows what he is, and he's found his way to deliver that funny. What his joke was about the first one about the Mario punching the box.
Oh yeah, all the boxes are
coins,
filled with
mushrooms
loose
and
change and yeah.
Shit was funny, man. That dude was funny. That was where, Toronto?
Yeah, that was Toronto.
I ain't gonna lie, I usually skip international battles. Just kidding.
I got bad news for you, buddy. We got a few more coming
No,
up.
I'm cool with it. I'm just joking.
I know. Will is very, very funny. He debuted last year with a number 1 battle. Okay. It's one of, I think Toronto has had 2 number 1 battles in the history of the show, and Will had one of them. He came down, did Bay Area Roast Fest to start this season, and had a really good battle that ended up not getting submitted because they had a lot. He battled a girl from the Bay named Emma. I forget. I'm blanking on it. But either way, Emma Brennan is her name. And I watched it. It was a really good battle. I thought it would get submitted. It did not. But yeah, Will is very, very, very funny. Amanda has been really funny. I do not think this was one of her best battles. I think that the thing that you were noticing was less the joke she was telling and more just kind of like the energy. She
felt like he was hitting her with those jokes, and she felt like she was like feeling those punches. She was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like that one hurt. Like,
but this is a thing that you can kind of relate to because you've done some work over the last couple of years, I feel like, to tweak your on stage thing a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because my thing is like if I don't find something funny, or if I don't find something funny, nothing ever offends me.
Right.
I might look like this just because that's my face, but like none of it offends me. It's just more, damn it, that was it. Like,
yeah.
I gave you so much shit, and you come up with another fucking clever racist joke.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
And it's tough when the crowd is laughing.
Yeah.
Because the crowd's like, yeah, it is funny.
Yeah.
And
like, I had to.
You're up there, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying anybody, because I've done this too. And you're up there just like,
this shit again, huh?
You guys believe this? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Had I always loved your thing of like, oh, he's making jokes about me.
Yeah, of all people.
Yeah.
That is kind of
But yeah, you could tell she wasn't feeling those jokes. It felt like they were hitting her for real, and she was like pissy about it.
Yeah. So. You want the audience to think that you guys are friends. Ideally, you would be friends. But if you're giving off an energy of like, I don't respect this person, that makes it tough. The other note that I had, and you know, I watch these differently because like when we're ranking them, I watch it with the volume up on my laptop. And here we throw in the AirPod and we listen. You could hear background noise a little bit more when you're listening on the AirPod. And they're in a new room this year, and I gather that there's something going on in the other room. You could hear the faint sound of kind of like music coming through the walls. And the reason I say this, the reason it matters is because Will held the mic. Amanda left it in the stand.
Yeah, she was low.
Will had the mic right by his mouth. Amanda, it was too low. There was too much distance between her mouth and the mic. She was very low, and when I'm listening on the headphones, I can hear the music during her thing because she's not, vocalizing enough into the mic. So it's little things like that where it's like you leave the mic in the stands because you're reading off your cards, and now it's taken away from your performance because you're in the cards and you're not performing like you would stand up, you know? So little things like that, but I do think that there were a lot of good jokes in this battle. I'm glad to see Toronto kind of get going. They were a month late on starting the season, did not have their first event until the end of March, so they are playing catch-up. And as a reminder, it's not just about winning your division this year. It's not just about trying to win a world championship. It's about trying to stay in the league because the last place team will be replaced by the winner of the WRBL. We taped a special episode on that the other day. We uploaded it to the channel. Tom Goss and I watched a bunch of those battles. Hartford is coming for you. Berlin is coming for you. If you are, if you're Toronto or a city like that, you got to make sure that you're at least not in that last spot.
If so, Will Christensen, you can stay on my couch, play it. Come move to L.A.
There you go. You heard it here first, Will. We got a spot for you down in Hollywood.
Just kidding, bro. We'll find somewhere for you.
Let's keep it moving right now with the number 6 city, and this is the other city that has not appeared this season. It is Cleveland. Cleveland gets to week 8 before they make their debut. I know they've been close a couple of times. Frankly, they've been closer than Toronto has been. They've been frustrated. They've been trying to land on the countdown, and they finally do it here with a Cleveland versus Chicago battle. So Cleveland's going to get 2 points here. Chicago picks up 1 as AJ Leidig, one of the best battlers in Chicago, goes on the road to Cleveland to take on John Brown. Here it is.
You know what time it is. Battle, 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 battle. Roast them.
Hey, give it up for John Brown one more time for doing this. That's very nice. Hey, thank you. John looks like he's turned down eating pussy to avoid taking his hat off.
I do have hair. Yeah, it's weird to hear such a masculine voice come out of such a little boy face. AJ could never pull off a trench coat because everybody would just think that he's a kid on top of another kid's shoulders trying to buy vapes.
Cannot take that from the man that wears a CPAP machine during sex. John looks like he comes on a woman and then goes, "You gonna eat that?"
Yeah, I look like cake is my favorite food. He looks like Dunkaroos is his. AJ's mom died a couple years ago, and it was really tough on him. You know, it really sucks. I mean, he has to cut the crust off his own sandwiches now.
My mom is dead. John looks like the man I wouldn't leave her alone with in the morgue.
Probably be a good idea. AJ used to be really into jerk-off instructions. It's where a woman tells you how to jerk off and when to come. It just doesn't hit the same now that he doesn't live with his sister. It's not the same when it's over the phone, you know?
John is half Mexican, and he works at a butter factory. He's like a DEI Oompa Loompa.
Fuck you, I'm Italian. Racist as fuck. No, AJ, like I don't know. He looks like He looks like a guy who would miss work because he accidentally ate his roofies instead of a Flintstone vitamin, you know? All right.
Now it just feels mean. John looks like a that also owns reptiles. I feel like you go to middle schools to fuck the kids and the frogs they're dissecting.
I mean, I think you just want me to be a pedophile so you would want me to fuck you. You know, that's... I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. AJ actually runs a show in Chicago that's called Hush Hush, which is also just the word that he tells any woman when they try to voice an opinion.
That's a good joke.
Like, AJ, I think you might be hush. I told you, if a woman pulls them out, anal beads aren't gay. Right?
I mean, that's just a fact. Come on.
Was that 5?
Hey, that was
All right.
All right.
Number 6 battle this week, Cleveland making their debut. It's got to be bittersweet when your debut is one of your guys getting kind of curb stomped a little bit by an out-of-towner, but points are points, man.
Yeah, points are points. I mean, you got the first time you get on the countdown is because the other city beat the shit out of your guy from your city, but
Yeah.
get up there, I guess.
Hey, you're moving in the right direction, man. I think the toughest thing is looking up every week and seeing that 0. When it's not a 0, I feel like you can breathe a sigh of relief and you can kind of, stop pressing and, get moving. It's like if you're in the middle of like a slump, you hit a couple big shots and all of a sudden you're back in the game. So hopefully,
What week of the season is this?
this is week 8.
Okay, so they were 0-7.
They were 0-7.
Now they're 1-7.
Now they're 1-7.
Fair. 1-7 looks a lot better than 0-8.
That's what I'm saying. And there's still a lot of season left.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. I think that AJ is just doing the classic roast battle thing. He's very, very good at it, which is there's no fat on any of that. He didn't waste any time before his jokes bullshitting, trying to come up with like conversational off the top like rebuttals. He didn't confirm what the person said, where it's just like, that's true, I do that. He didn't waste any time. You tell a joke and then I'll tell a joke. And my joke's going to be better than yours. And I still think that's the most effective strategy within roast battle. Just write 5 really good jokes and show up with them and see if the other guy's 5 can beat yours. I think that's the best way to go, and I thought AJ killed it here.
I agree with you 100% on both of those. And AJ's really good. Like, he's like a young quarterback. Like, he's got great poise in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell, like, what you're saying. Like, he doesn't get nervous and fuck around with bullshit jokes and try to come up with stuff. He's just sitting there. He knows his shit. He's memorized his jokes, and he's going to hit that little bastard as hard as he can with him.
Bro, that's a great observation, and you're going to find out later in this episode just how brilliant what you just said is.
Yeah, like the shit he can't, but like the one thing like he knew is he was going to say something about his mom being dead, and as soon as he did, he was like, you look like the motherfucker I don't want to leave her body with.
Exactly.
And that was a hitter.
That's what I'm saying. You go in with a pre-planned rebuttal. If you don't have something great to say, don't say it. Just, and he had that one in the pocket. He knew it was going to come up, and it did.
Like little Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That's what he remind me of. He got a little swagger to him. I'll give him a little Joe Burrow.
And also, like, just like Joe Burrow, really good at coming up with a game plan.
Yeah.
Really good at, like, reading the defense, knowing what they're going to throw at you, and countering it. So I thought this was good, and I like what Cleveland is doing. I like that they're actively trying to bring in people from other cities, and that just makes for a better live show. It creates new, fresh matchups. I mean, Cleveland's been doing this not in the RBL, but like they've been doing this show for years. So it's like everybody's already kind of battled everybody out there. That's the vibe I get, and it's like when you bring in somebody from out of town, make some fresh matchups.
Yeah, and I mean, if they have battled, well, get the two of the best, do a little tournament, or make them battle each other again, or run it back. Figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude had some good stuff. Like, I know I've seen a couple people on here from Cleveland that seemed okay. So I mean,
yeah, no, they got some talent out there for sure, and they are in the middle of their tournament right now. I believe they're down to the final 4. They're going to be crowning a new champion soon.
Shador Sanders.
Shout out to Shador Sanders. Shout out to Cleveland. And we'll keep it moving right now. And again, we stick with a city that we haven't seen a lot of. Those were the only 2 cities that we hadn't seen at all. Now let's go to a city that we've only seen once. I really like this battle. I'm excited to get your opinion on it because this was the most polarizing one of the week. Some people had it really high. Other people had it completely unranked. It comes to us from Vancouver. And this is between two insane names. This is Max Bank Jaffe versus Ann T. Chu. Here it is.
Monty Chu.
1, 2, 3, roast!
Max's dad died when he was 12. Max swears he's processed it, but the only time Max is actually over his dad is when he's placing flowers.
Thank you, Ken Simp. Ante Chu, everybody. Ante Chu. I know his name sounds like a southern racist pretending to speak French. But if you translate it, the name Ante translates to the word safe, something no hard drive is around him.
Max loves baseball. Probably because at the hospital, the doctor said your dad is going, gone.
Ante's dad is Taiwanese, and as you can tell by looking at him, his mom also drank while pregnant. That's not genetics, that's just gin.
Max is a big nerd and loves Dungeons and Dragons. That's because without his glasses, the letters D&D look like dad.
You're just all magic, no gathering, eh? When Ante is not busy drinking too hard from water fountains, he's a teacher. He teaches the kids abstinence. Not in class, just by example.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. For Max, that's been every month since September 2003. If Max wins this roast, it might be the only battle his family has ever won.
Oh my God. You're fucking crushing it, buddy. You go. Is it hard looking like a consolation prize for a pedophile, or? If you guys want to see more of Ante's jokes, you're alone. I've heard better punchlines at Jonestown. I guess that's why your teeth are crooked. They're trying to escape the punchlines, or?
Well, if you want to hear more about Max's dead dad, you just have to sleep with him and be stupid enough to stay awake after. Max can't come until he trauma dumps. He's like, choke me. I want to feel like my dad's last moments.
If you can think of a better way to come, I'm fucking all ears, bud. Oh my God, I was worried about being too mean to you.
I asked you if I could make dead dad jokes and you said yes.
Oh, what'd your dad do besides leave? Oh my God.
Oh, that was too much?
Yeah, what the fuck? My dad left Earth. Ante, is it harder being more boring or awkward?
It's a struggle.
I found out Ante's top search term is just cool guy porn. But, which is tough because he seems like a guy who, like, I am genuinely shook about all these jokes. Because you seem like a guy who's like, I bet you we put an Imagine Dragons CD under a box, we'd catch you.
All right, so there it is, the number 5 battle this week. Ante Chu versus Max Bank Jaffe. Take us away, Nate.
I mean, I'm not the ranking committee, but I guess they were smoking some shit. How the hell that was better than the last two we watched? Beyond me.
Oh man,
I'm not shitting on them dudes. I mean, great. I mean, I don't know nothing about Canada. They was Canadians.
Yeah.
They was repping Canada.
I would have yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, right on. I mean, that dude did a bunch of dead dad shit, and the other guy kind of was doing his thing. I liked a couple of the other guys' rebuttals or jokes. The other guy, the one whose dad was dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna really. What do you think?
Now is that all right? So I liked this one. I feel like whenever somebody gets on a theme like that, it can be. First of all, I've gone up against it, and it sucks when it's hitting you. You know what I mean? Like especially the miscarriage shit. I've had entire battles where people do that the entire time, and when you're up against it, it's terrible. Watching this, I laughed a lot. I thought it was well done, but again, this was the most polarizing. There were people who ranked all 13 submitted battles and had this one 13th out of 13.
Yeah.
So there are definitely people who feel like you. It kind of comes out in the middle, and they end up at the number 5 spot. I thought it was funny. I thought there were some well written jokes in there.
I guess my thing is like I like when people do a theme. I don't really like I like more. I guess my personal, as you will probably agree with, like I personally like the silly, stupid shit. And yeah, I like it when it's mean, as if it's funny. Like it's got to be more funny than it is mean. And I'm not saying this stuff wasn't more mean than it was funny. I'm just saying, like, I guess if you're gonna do something like that's not my flavor personally.
I got you.
I guess is what I'm saying.
I got
to
you.
me. But I mean, I get it. And if that's, I just feel like because the reason I don't like that is because that guy that he was making the jokes about. You can make so many jokes about what that guy looks like.
For sure.
You can make so many jokes. I feel like going on one angle like that is like, you got to mix it up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to make it like that, like, if you're going to do 5 fat jokes about Paige Wesley, cool, but, like, you got to make them all about different things. And, by the way, she's fat.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
change the setups.
Change the
even
setups.
if you end up at the same
because it just feels like that's like,
time.
you, like, if it's the boring ass, I love you, but if it's Andrew Manning, you got to, like, that kind of guy, it's hard.
Sure.
I get it. But you got to find something. That guy, you could have fucking got him with Napoleon Dynamite type shit, Vancouver, whatever.
Yeah, no, I got you. And that's a valid thought. And I think that's why so many
That's
people...
been pissing me off, sorry.
I got some shit on there?
Yeah, you had some fucking flowers on you.
Oh, all right.
I got it for you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I think it's a valid thought. And I think there will probably... I would love to know what people think in the comments. Like, rather than us... Because we can go in circles about this and, like, neither one's wrong. Tell us what you think. Do you like when somebody goes in on one thing and, when it's more mean than funny? Are you into that? Or are you kind of with Nate here where you're like, nah, I think there could be an argument that it's lazy. You know what I mean?
That's kind of and I'm not saying that because, I mean, I'm about to do fucking 5 Vietnamese trans jokes about a chick tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you got to hit them with different angles of, and by the way, this.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And if you're just going to do, and I guess he tried that, but that's just my personal flavor. I'm a big pun. I like fucking dumb things. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments.
Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go. And shout out to those guys. And Vancouver is they're trying to figure it out. They are the first 3 cities we saw. It's good to have them on the countdown because it's been a tough season so far. But Vancouver is the only of those 3 truly expansion city. This is their first year, and they've come out of the gates a little bit slow, and it's nice to see them pick up some points. We'll keep it moving right now, and from now on, this is all cities that we've seen a lot of over the last few years. These are the more experienced battlers. These are the ones that you're about to see some names that you've heard a whole bunch. And we're going to start in Manchester. Manchester, coming into today, International East leaders. They pick up 4 more points by virtue of this battle. And by the way, 2 of those points, 2 more points going to Scotland. This is a Manchester versus Scotland battle featuring Monty Wilson going up against Jack Trainer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Here it is.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Boy.
That was my dude.
Oh, lovely. Jack looks like Ron Weasley if he started having wet dreams about his sister. Jack's so pale he looked like he gets sunburnt from a crescent moon. Jack was actually called Carrot in school, not for being ginger, just because he's got the same skin tone as anyone who grew up underground. Oh, fuck. Can you guess which one's Scottish?
Monty was head boy in school. Oh, sorry, Monty gave head to boys in school. Monty listed his two favourite people as Lewis Capaldi and Frankie Boyle. Must be hard making fun of me then, considering I look like the love child.
As you can tell, both me and Jack were born with silver spoons in our mouths. It's just mine wasn't used for heroin. Jack is so gormless and childlike. He's the only man alive that necrophiles and could wank over together.
Monty looks like an even more boring version of Paul Mescal. Monty looks like Paul Mescal if he went to private school. Where's the chain, you ask? On his slave. Swing and a miss with that one. That's going to be a long bus back. Please dig me out this.
Jack studied Mandarin at university, which I found really surprising, considering he looks like he's never eaten a citrus fruit. He actually got to do a year in China. Wow. A class full of Chinese students, and it's his accent that I find the least understandable. Jack once accidentally took meth. He spoke so quickly everyone thought he was actually gifted at Mandarin.
Monty started taking drugs when he was 15. Not on purpose, he just cleared a room when he inhaled through his massive nose. Monty's got an Eastern European girlfriend, but kept it vague. I can't tell if it's because no one knows what Ukraine is anymore, or it's because Interpol don't reunite her with her family. Monty likes to keep up to date with the news, like which war-torn region has the most vulnerable woman.
It's Latvia, you know? Oh, she's gonna fucking hate that one. Jack's dad is a baker, which I found odd, because it was always his uncle that iced his buns. Jack told me that he's a massive hip-hop head, which I just thought was his way of telling me that he loves doing blackface. Jack only loves rap music as much as he does because ginger is actually an anagram of the N-word.
I wanted to get Moses' reaction to that joke.
Think about it.
Monty's from Norfolk, so that explains the eyes, which is famous for incest. No way! Monty told me his granddad died the day he lost his virginity, which is a mad way to say he bummed him to death. Monty's dad is dead as well, I'm guessing, so that was the second time he had sex. Imagine coming so hard you turned your dad into a ghost.
Jack has a really bad food phobia. He doesn't like it when certain foods touch on the plate. How Scottish. Not liking different colours mixing. Jack is so thick and Scottish, he thought Kanye West was a question about directions. I love the Scottish accent. I love Scottish phrases. My favourite Scottish phrase I've ever heard is when you are rough as toast. And I think Jack is the epitome of rough as toast. Thick, white, and usually covered in butter.
Monty used to play a lot of Pokemon with his dad. Was he a ghost type? Monty has the head of a Greek statue and the cock of a Greek statue as well.
That's us, everybody.
All right, there it is. Number 4 battle this week. A little bit more up your alley, I feel like.
Yeah.
Some silly jokes. Obviously, you've battled Jack Trainer, one of the best battles we've had in RBL history. Your first time seeing Monty Wilson, I assume. What were your thoughts on the battle?
My thoughts on this battle was, like you said, Jack's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite battles I've ever had. He's awesome. That little motherfucker's hilarious. And this guy was a perfect, like, heel, in my opinion, for Jack's, like, underdog hero fucking character. This guy was a perfect, like, posh heel.
Yeah.
Who, like, delivered his jokes with his pinky up. And he just gives me, like the word, that's the word, right? Posh?
Yeah,
like a bougie.
Yeah, it felt like a class war.
Like
rich versus poor.
Like he's Beverly Hills of fucking Manchester, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? He just gives me dickhead vibes. Like, I read. I have my book on stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it was fun. He had some zings. Jack had some zings. I don't know who won this, obviously. I don't know what they did, but Jack's so funny to fucking watch, man. His little zings are sometimes he goes on those long ones.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like less is more most of, like always for me.
Sure.
Jack has a good way of doing a lot of stuff, but the more he talks, sometimes the harder it is to follow.
I get you.
When he hits you with those quick ones though, and you get like the 4, 5, 6 word ones, and you just like bop 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 bop, like oh, I got all those. I get it.
Yeah. And this one definitely had some references, and this is why we wanted to expand the ranking committee and have more international people because like it's true, you know, people would be like, "Oh, our battle crushed," but like there were a lot of localized references. You know what I mean? And that's fair. So there were definitely some things in there I did not get.
Yeah, I'm not
at all.
I will never. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the most cultured guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I didn't know who Capaldi was or whatever.
Louis Capaldi and Paul Mezcal. And
I was assuming they were like Johnny Depp looking motherfuckers.
Probably.
William Shakespeare looking bitches that guy looks like.
Sounds about right. I do think that, so this is Jack's third appearance already this season. He's coming out to LA to battle in a week or so. He's going up against, I believe these are your last 2 RBL opponents, Jack Trainer versus Tom Goss.
Yeah.
Do you wanna handicap that fight before we move on?
I think they handicapped themselves, both of them. What?
What do you think? Do you have a prediction? What do you think?
I mean, look, Tom Goss is great. Tom Goss is a really good writer. Tom Goss takes his shit seriously. So does Jack. Jack's also very, very good at writing. Jack's also very funny. So is Tom. I think that'll be a lick for lick battle. I think if Jack translates well to them, if they can understand him, I think they'll go lick for lick and have a good time. I really don't have a dog in that race. I like to just I'd like to watch it myself.
That's fair.
And also Jack is staying on my couch. So
nice. Hell yeah. Dude, we gotta get a camera crew in there. That's a reality show waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's fun actually.
I will say this. Jack did 8 battles in 8 months last season. In the regular season. Then he had 2 battles, had to write for 3 battles at the championship. He comes out this year. He's already done 3 battles this season. Now he's coming to LA to battle Tom Goss. He's battled in Scotland. He's battled in Manchester. He's coming to LA. He's all over the place. He battled in London at the championships. I do wonder, especially in Scotland where you have to write 40 jokes per battle because they're so long. And even here he was doing 2 or 3 per turn. I do wonder if he's starting to hit a little bit of a wall. And if he comes in at anything less than 100%, I think Tom is like dead focused on this battle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, like, Tom Goss has definitely been, ever since he beat me for the belt. You know, I'm sure this is his first battle since then, right?
Yeah.
First real battle since then.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's been focused on that. You know, when I won last year, my first battle was after that was against Paige in the Netflix festival. And I was focused on that like a motherfucker. So I know he's probably like that with this for Jack.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. Jack's got to come in with 100%. I'm going to kick his little fat ass or I'm going to get my ass whipped. Because that's what it is. If Jack comes in anything less than 100, Tom will smash him.
Yeah.
Jack's got to go 100 for 100.
I agree. And I think if he comes in on 100, I have no prediction other than it'll be a really, really entertaining battle. Got a bunch of great ones coming up. May 8th in the main room. Ryan Cullen versus Ryan Nesson. Max Sorage.
I got 100 on Ryan Nesson.
100 on Ryan Nesson over Ryan Cullen. Oh, you feel strongly about that one.
Yeah, I think old Ryan's back.
Okay.
I just got the feel like I know he lost his last battle, but I think that is going to set him off on a fucking. I personally feel that way.
Okay. I love it.
I love Ryan. I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance.
Well, be there to see it. May 8th in the main room. If you're in the LA area, come on out, get your tickets to that. They are moving quickly. Let's get to the top 3 now. And speaking of LA, since we're already talking about LA, let's just keep it on LA. This is the number 3 battle of the week. This is NorCal versus SoCal, LA versus the Bay. They're jockeying for first place in the West, and they're both going to pick up points now. 5 points for LA, 2.5 for the Bay Area. As Kiki Anderson, repping LA, takes on Josh Means from the Bay Area. Yeah. This was in the Belly Room a couple weeks ago. Great battle. Here it is.
Let's go, Kiki, Josh, let's go, battle!
Oh, hell yeah. My opponent, Kiki Anderson. Kiki, not a real name, it's a nickname she used her favorite thing that when she uses, when she takes a bump. All right, I fucked that one up. Kiki was a former reporter. She won an Emmy, actually, for her bravery in reporting from her war-torn pussy.
That took a while. Josh, you Amish-looking bitch. You look like you jerk off to women's ankles. Josh's car got repossessed. I didn't know they took back horse and buggies.
With you, I'd have to jerk off to ankles because it looks like you also got your tits repossessed. Kiki is Jewish and has scoliosis, so she's crooked in more ways than one. If she ever tries to Me Too a producer, you'll know she's lying because she can't physically lie on her wonky back. She's like Curvy Weinstein.
Speaking of crooked, keep it going for Robert E. Lee, everybody. How do you look that racist and sound that fucking chill? You sound like you're about to take a white power nap. Josh didn't get divorced, he seceded from a union.
That's very funny coming from someone who looks like she just celebrated her 12th 25th birthday.
Okay, Josh, how do you look younger than me? You look like you have dusty cum.
Kiki is from DC, and that's also how her last 2 boyfriends rated her tits. Which is ironic to me because she met them both at AA.
Josh is Irish and Scottish. His wife is Muslim. So to honor both of their cultures, they named their daughter Car Bomb. That's what you get when you stick your bagpipes in bed, Dad.
Yes, I am Muslim just through my marriage. I don't actually follow the religion, but I do agree that you should stop talking. Talking about my marriage, when you're so lonely, you always set a cup down without a coaster just so it leaves the ring.
Whatever, Vincent Van I asked Josh what he does for fun, and he said travel. I asked him where's his favorite place that he traveled, and he said St. Paul, Minnesota. Josh, getting on a plane doesn't make you a traveler, just like coming in a woman doesn't make you a dad. Josh's kids are like his passport. I don't know why the fuck he has them.
Kiki is Jewish and Latina. She's like Tora the Explorer. Going on an adventure to wipe Palestine off the map with her backpack.
Am I still going? Yeah. Okay. Josh's dad is dead. Josh's dad is like Josh's cum, dusty. Aww. Whatever, take that one back.
Hell yeah.
We can omit that last one. Keep it going.
You might recognize Josh from the back of your pennies. Josh is actually, he's kind of like a penny. He's copper, can't buy shit, and always buried in a couch.
All right. We have the same body. we both look like those worms from Men in Black. Except she's got the bad back, weird hips, metal in her arms, outie belly button, any tits, it's the whole thing. Fuck. With all the metal in your body, you look like my favorite superhero, Wolverine. All right.
Really stumbling to the finish line. That battle was alternately sometimes really fun with really good jokes, and at other times very difficult to watch. The highs were high, the lows were low. All in all, to be honest, I feel like, especially coming off last week, which was my favorite slate of battles we've ever had, I feel like it was a little bit of a down week overall, minus the top two, which we're about to see. This battle comes in third, but it definitely wasn't flawless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my stomach hurts from Josh Means' last joke.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It was tough.
That was rough, bro. No, Josh and Kiki are both two people that are awesome at this shit. I was excited to see this battle. I rarely ever miss the battles in the belly room, but I missed that Tuesday, and I was kind of pissed when I found out they were battling. I was like, damn. Not that pissed that I missed it. No. No, it was good. Kiki had some bangers in there. Josh had some really good comebacks in there. He had some good jokes as well. They're always going to be good. But yeah, you were right. It's their energy. I don't know if it was their energy not meshing well. I don't know if it was, Josh stumbled like twice.
Yeah, his opening joke he really stumbled on. The closing joke he really stumbled on. And then Kiki, somebody lost track of how many jokes they had done, and Kiki didn't know if she should keep going. And then
it felt like Kiki it felt like she, when she was like, oh, I have one more, like she was like, oh shit, I thought that was my last one.
Yeah.
Like she saved her, so like she had some bullshit left over, but like she just went with, like, she had mentioned Dusty Dad.
Dusty come. Yeah,
she had mentioned Dusty once already.
Yeah.
And it was like, unless this is a Dusty Rhodes thing or something, like, what are you doing here? But yeah, like DeHerm with all of his astigmatism jokes.
Oh yeah, dude, he went overboard.
That was awesome.
No spoilers, because that might be next week.
But, I thought that happened already.
No, well, yeah. I mean, the battle.
Well, look forward to it.
On here.
My point is, if you get stuck on one premise or word, even, it's like, wait, you can't use that one again unless it really smashed.
Exactly. Or unless you're doing a theme or like a callback or something.
Yes, but like, yeah.
I wanted to give also a special shout out to Josh's rebut. I didn't even pick it up when I saw it in the room or the first time I watched it, but I didn't pick it up until this time, how layered it was. When she had a 2-part joke about jerking off to women's ankles and then getting your horse and buggy repossessed. And then he came back and was like, I'd have to jerk off to your ankles because it looks like you got your tits repossessed. He flipped both jokes.
Yeah, that was
at
that
the
was
same
awesome.
time.
Yeah.
And it was like, God damn, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah, a double rebuttal is nice.
Yeah, I can't remember ever seeing it done like that. So that was really cool.
That's impressive. And yeah, honestly, I'm glad that went to overtime because I was wondering to myself, I was like, who won this battle?
Yeah.
I was like, because it felt like they both had moments that, like, when they were high, they were high. They hit when they hit. And when they, that's part of it, though. When you're sitting there trying to throw haymakers, I've been there. Wherever I'm trying to throw a haymaker every fucking time. And guess what? They ain't all going to connect.
Yeah.
And if you miss on a haymaker, bitch, you whiff.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst feelings. You know that.
Facts.
When you got one that's like, oh, this is going to hit that bitch.
I know.
Right
and you get
I'm
so
smash
excited
I'm going
about
to smash. Oh, they set me up perfect. I'm going to hit this bitch right in the jaw. And then weeb. And you just you throw your fucking back out because you swung so hard and missed.
Yeah.
And then you just got to eat the lick that they're going to counter you with.
Yep.
Oh, and that sucks.
Yep. And there were definitely moments like that here. But
two heavy hitters, though.
Some good ones, too. Overall, sometimes luck of the draw, what week you're on. I feel like last week that might have been 6 or 7 or maybe even unranked. This week it's 3. So, that kind of stuff happens.
You also got name value in both of those people, too. They're both... Josh is a household name, I would think you would say, and Kiki's a definitely up-and-comer, one of the better ones in L.A.
There's something to be said for when you have two of the best. Like, even their, off game is better than a lot of people's, A material. You know what I mean? So, that just goes to show,
nobody in
how
Cleveland
good
could get in the ring with either of them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, fuck you, Cleveland.
And that's going to be you coming up soon with Josh Means.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to fuck Josh Means up.
I was going to ask for predictions, but I already knew the answer.
Yeah, my prediction for any battle I got is I'm going to fuck them up.
I love it. Well, let's jump into the top two. And these were clear, far and away, the top two battles of the week, according to the ranking committee. These were 1 and 2 on, I believe, 10 out of the 11 ballots. Everybody seemed to agree on this order, so I think you guys are in for a treat. The first one comes to us from New York, and it features Austin. This is New York versus Austin. This is from our Comedy Cellar show. This is Eric Asker from New York going up against Mike Eaton from Austin, Texas. Here it is.
Let's go. This will be a good one, too.
Fucking love these guys. All right, this is going to be fun, man. That's Mike. That's Eric. Are we ready? Battle! Battle!
Oh, shit. Oh, no. 86% of the crime. Just kidding. Digging a hole. This is going to be fun. Eric is a huge fan of TikTok. Not surprising. Look at him. His thing is you get 3 13-year-olds move into your house, start filming it. If you call it a content house, totally legal.
All right. First off, I just want to say, Mike, thanks for coming here. I know you'd rather be hanging out with your best friend, SpongeBob. He looks like a fat pink starfish, guys.
You look like a clarinet. Continue.
You look like a juggalo without his makeup. All right. Mike recently lost 60 pounds, guys, but don't worry. He found them again. He is on Ozempic. He's on Ozempic. Mike, you know you're not supposed to eat it, right?
Oh, man. Thank you, Wes Anderson's idea of a Jew. The more you look, the funnier it gets. Eric's a big tech bro. He's actually an early adopter. At 12 years old, he tried to kill himself. 3 years before everyone else wanted him to. Do it.
I still get when I see Mike without his shirt on. No, I'm happy
That's
we're
what
doing.
you think you look like in the mirror. Don't lie.
You look like you put your shirt on to swim and take it off to eat. All right. I have jokes too. No, I'm happy we're doing this. We're friends. We've always talked about roasting, but he doesn't live here. Fortunately, he's in town to fight the Ghostbusters. Mike lives in Texas, where he's actually considered a fuckboy. Yeah. As in, fuck, boy, you fat as hell.
Oh, that rules. You look like you got your outfit at Calls Black People Urban Outfitters.
You want to bring up their crime statistics again?
In 2 jokes, yeah. Eric's such a tech guy, he got a job in tech. He got a job working for Salesforce, which is a CRM. Imagine his disappointment when he found out it didn't stand for child machine. It's like, I'm not here for the sales, I'm here for the force.
You have to force your way through the door frame. Doesn't Mike look like he orders food like a kid talks to Santa? I want a burger and a burrito and cake and this many fries.
The fucking rules. I'm a fat guy named Eaton. He's a guy named Asker, which is ironic because he never asks her. He just takes it. Eric's also a Jew from Virginia, so his personality is 1 part January 6th, 1 part October 7th.
I'm glad you brought up Israelis, because Mike is really fat.
It's a one-meal solution, brother.
You're where all the food trucks have been going.
Yeah. Dude, I eat halal, I eat haram. I'm all about it.
I feel like I've been hammering the fat thing.
Keep going.
Mike also he went to he was arrested for selling weed. Yeah, I assume edibles.
I wouldn't have had any left over to sell.
You look like the guy in jail who knows how to make toilet ice cream.
Oh, that fucking rules. Oh, that rules so hard. I wish. Eric actually got in a lot of trouble for taking photos of women without their permission. Which I know is bad. He got caught because he was using one of those old-timey cameras with a flap you climb under.
You look like when you roofie women, you wrap it in a little cheese first.
You're the expert.
Mike would find a passed out woman and tuck a napkin into his shirt and be like, "Don't mind if I do."
That's 5, yeah.
As always, people losing track of the number of jokes when Brian Moses is hosting the show. A tale as old as time, but great battle. Eric Asker, my God. I mean, Mike is always great, but some of those fat jokes were next level. The Santa Claus.
The Santa fast food shit.
And toilet ice cream in jail is wild. I thought this was Eric's best battle. I thought he crushed it.
I think they were both awesome, for sure. Mike's always great. Eric's always great. One fun fact, like when we went to the All-Star game last year, I stayed with Mike. And Eric stayed with us too, so it was
nice.
So it was us. We was all there at the apartment. I got to know both of them real good. I'm boys with Mike already, but Eric's cool as shit.
Yeah,
and that was dope to see them because they are friends, and you can tell they were having fun. And they're both two of the best. So from their respective cities and even in the world, they're like both clearly like top 3, 4 in their cities. I would think.
For sure.
You know, New York's full of them, but like I would put Eric up there against any one of them.
Yeah, me too.
I love John, Andrew. What's the little rat chick? And him.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, and they had wanted to battle, and I didn't know the backstory. I'm like, well, it's weird that two people who live so far apart are like, oh yeah, can you if there's ever a chance for us to battle, can we do it?
I'm like that.
And now I understand.
And I'm like that with Mike as well. Like I want to battle Mike.
I know you've been talking about it for a minute. Luckily, he wants to go to every city and battle every person possible. So.
Well, whether I go there, he come here. Let's do that.
It feels like it's inevitable. It's going to happen.
But yeah, Eric was on his fucking shit for that one.
There were so many good jokes. The chemistry was so good. They felt really comfortable, kind of like, it's always a risk. I talk about it all the time. The rebuttaling with like a quick little quip. You can kill the momentum. We've seen that so many times. They just kept the momentum going throughout the whole thing.
Feeding off each other.
Giving props to each other's jokes when they were funny.
Mike always says that rules.
Yeah. I love it. And he means it. Yeah. He's a big fan of battling.
Yeah, he's a big fan of good jokes, and so am I.
Yeah.
It just don't be happening that much.
But you know what? You know what I love about you watching your reactions to this today? I've always watched you battle, and I've always seen your reactions to the jokes about you, and I always thought it was like a way to play defense, where it's just like, yeah, I don't like it because, I thought you were either faking not liking it, or you're like, I don't like jokes about me like that, right? But watching you watch these, I'm like, no, he just has a really high standard for jokes. And he doesn't like the majority of roast jokes because the majority of them are not at the level that you feel like they should be. And I respect that. You're consistent.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that assessment because, yeah, exactly. That's how I feel, exactly.
Yeah, you're reacting to these jokes the same way you react to on stage.
Yeah, it's not just about me. I don't care if they're about me.
I've been sneaking peeks at you after half these jokes. You're like, fuck is that?
The fuck?
Yeah. This sucks. Well, that battle definitely was the best one we've seen so far in this episode. 100%. There were 11 ballots this week. That was number 1 on 3 of them. This number 1 battle was number 1 on the other 8. And by the way, before we get to this, shout out to New York, who has been in second place in the East the entire season. They came into today tied with Chicago. With that battle, they overtake first place in the East. So congratulations. And congratulations to Chicago, who is about to take over first place in the East with the number 1 battle this week. These guys have been slugging it out. Chicago trying to withstand these comedy seller battles. Last week it was 1-2, New York in the number 1 spot, Chicago in number 2. This week, flip-flop. Chicago takes number 1, and it's with a guy that we already saw on this episode, AJ Leidig. On the podcast for the second time in 1 week, the 4th person to ever do that. And this battle is insane. I can't wait to get your reaction because there's a big swing in this battle, and I won't spoil it. Let's just get to it. It's the number 1 battle this week. AJ Leidig in Chicago going up against Tom Ryan. Here it is.
Battle, battle, battle. First battle of the evening, the amazing Tom Ryan and AJ Leidig.
Garbage bag for what?
Yeah, well, I was digging around in the trash and I found something you might need.
I'll take it.
Damn, man, this show's gonna suck. I didn't know that. That sucks. I thought it was gonna be a good show. All right. You guys. Have you decided who's going first?
Tom's going first.
Okay. Tom is going first. It's gonna be 7 jokes each. Everybody, we do roast on 3. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Roast!
All right, this one's a little awkward for me. AJ has a really obvious disability. He's clinically unlikable. So I thought to make it more fun, we'd make it a game. I'm gonna borrow this guy. We do Roast Jeopardy. Roast Jeopardy. All right, guys. So
there's no way.
So we got comebacks. We got sick ass comebacks.
You made a Scholastic Book Fair poster for this.
Hey, would a nerd have stayed up all night and did his diorama? I don't
Did
think
your mom
so.
help you with this? What happened?
Dude, don't do this. Give me a bad grade. Don't worry, I got both types of roast jokes, which is stuff the other guy looks like or the way he has sex. What do you guys want, huh? Sex or looks like? Sex, all right. When AJ has sex, he does it Army Hammer style. AJ. It's also called Oops, Wrong Hole.
I feel like I respect this bit more than you guys do. I will say I can't take that from Caillou 20 years past his life expectancy. Tom has Tourette's and mass shooter energy. So he's a real ticking time bomb.
Oh boy. Super cool Tourette's jokes. I hope I have a comeback for that one.
No way.
Hey, I have Tourette's. What's your excuse for shouting slurs?
This is great. This is great. Go on. That's great. Okay, here I go. I feel like I'm roasting Jesse in Walter White's body. Let's go to the board, Tom.
I wish I could, but I just can't take that from a guy who adds the N-word to Eminem songs.
Honestly, these are better than you guys are giving them credit for. This is a phenomenal bit. Okay. Tom has the energy of a feminist pedophile. Tom thinks the future is female and the future is very mature for her age.
Whoa, this is a spicy joke. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do. I sold this round to our advertisers. I got to do a quick read from the advertisers here. I know what you're thinking. Whoa, this AJ guy's funny. I wish I could be as funny as him, but I can't write a joke. Well, now you can with AJ Mad Libs. The Mad Libs that make libs mad. Let's give it a try.
Do you hate me or something? What is this?
I'm unemployed. I got a lot of free time.
Did I do something to your family? How did this happen?
Thank you guys for the disability checks. This is what it's going to.
Where is this vendetta coming from?
I love you. All right, I'm saying you don't mind if I give away the formula a little bit?
This feels like my reverse Make-A-Wish.
You give a wish. All right, well, this is an AJ joke. Give it up for protected group of people. I like them. That's how you know I'm a good guy. But they can be negative stereotype. Kind of like beloved movie because punchline. You guys want to give one a try? See if it works? All right. Hey, give it up for AJ. Huh? Give it up for AJ. Now, I like him, but he can be a little bit basic. All right, kind of like
this joke. Sorry.
Hey, you're stepping on this. I kind of like my favorite Pixar movie, Luca, because it's a bland disappointment that won't admit it's gay.
Here I go again. I just have jokes. I don't have any props or anything.
You want to borrow one of these?
You got one? What's on there?
Nah.
Oh, it's just a blank punchline, like most of your jokes. Okay. Fuck! Come on.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. All right. Tom moves like he's trying to dodge a wasp. You move like a mime doing a hair flip.
Okay, I'm nervous now. That one got me shaking. That got me shaking like AJ's dick during a Trump speech.
Is there stuff behind all of them?
Yeah.
Can I pick a category?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
All right, but you want to start low because that's when they, But
yeah. Wait. I can't.
You can go high, but that's a dangerous strategy.
Oh, because I'm gonna lose. Let's go. AJ looks like for 600.
Oh shit! All right. Oh well.
Do we have the music in the back?
Yeah, honestly, I would love that. But AJ looks like. All right, this one's a whole bit. AJ is the reason Gen Z is so fucked up is because their bullies looked like this. All right. You would shoot up your school too if you got bullied by a walking gluten allergy. All right.
I should have went for 200. It was crazy. That was a good joke. Okay, this is Tom recently switched to an Android because his iPhone kept asking if he wanted to undo typing. Pretty silly, right?
These are really relatable jokes to me. I don't know about you guys, but
ableism can be fun, you know?
But it sure can, coming from a guy who has resting, do you know who my father is?
Tom, your face is never resting. Come on, folks.
Dude, you didn't even write that down beforehand on the board. How'd you do that?
No. I have a new formula. It's just ableism plus loud equals funny. Okay, this is real. Tom is a very nice guy, so we were talking in the green room, and I was trying to make eye contact the whole time, and I sprained both ankles.
So we got Chris, too.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the last show.
30.
I can do 6.
Is there stuff under all of these?
Yeah, but
choose your closer.
You pick the last one. Let's do it. Yeah, come on.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to deliver it too?
I'll deliver it.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Mine's not written word for word. Okay. Okay. Can we go? What are you guys thinking? We're gonna go 600, right? But what are we thinking?
Sex.
Sex? Sex? Talk to me.
All right.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Let's go.
All right. You gotta.
Sex for 600.
When AJ has sex,
using what he learned at lacrosse camp. Always got to keep the balls above your shoulders. Come on. Okay. Tom looks like Vin Diesel, except family means everything to him because he can never live alone.
Give it up for them, everybody.
My God.
Awesome.
Dude, I can't tell you how much I love this battle. The highest average score of any battle so far this season. Everybody on the committee seemed to love it, and it's easy to see why. I mean, Tom, obviously, that whole thing was masterfully done, but, like, I give so much credit to AJ for the way he played that.
Yes.
Like,
what do y'all call it all the time? Yes-anding?
Yeah.
I hate that shit, but
yeah.
like whatever people talk about, what it is, improv, but he loved it. I loved it. I thought it was a great bit, and he loved that it was a good bit too, and he played along with it to put over that bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna poo-poo that bit and make it like no sell the bit.
Yeah.
You know, like, you gotta sell that bit to make it work, and he sold the shit out of that bit because it was a good bit. It was fun. It's something I never seen before. I love how he called it like a Scholastic Book Fair fucking presentation, which it was, and it was so funny. Like, the way he delivered it, the first thing with like as a joke book, but then he's like, no, actually, I need this. This is all the things.
Yeah.
And it's so, and yeah, it was something I've never seen before. I thought it was dope as shit. Like, Lil Joe Burrow had to battle fucking. It's like twitchy Matt Hasselbeck, but it was great, man. I like both of them.
But it speaks to what you were saying the first time you saw AJ, where you were talking about the poise.
Yeah, dude,
and
that's
that.
exactly what I'm saying. Like, he was getting blitzed from some shit he was playing against a defense he ain't never seen before.
Absolutely,
and he cut it up.
He acted like
he played with it.
Yeah, he was so cool under the pressure.
At the end of
like,
it, he's doing the bits off the wall for him.
Yeah, he elevated it. Like, that could have easily been a train wreck. And one of the reasons it turned into something so incredible is because of how AJ handled it.
Like, if AJ would have played it where, like, oh, this is fucking gay.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if he's like, well, this is fucking gay. He could even knock over the little thing because it's not physical contact. He could knock over his little board and be a real bully.
Sure.
And that would have made it all weird and fucked. You know what I'm saying? But like, that way, he played with it. He liked it. You could tell it was funny, and they became, like Jeff always says, like a duet.
Yeah,
that
you
felt
guys
like
were dancing up there.
They were working
like
together.
Jeff always says.
They were dancing together really well.
Definitely. And, you know, you get to
see...
That's
a WrestleMania type of match. Right
absolutely.
there,
you get to see both sides of AJ. Like, just going in and just doing a straight traditional roast battle in the number 6 spot with great jokes. And his jokes in this one were insane, too.
The family?
Bro, that's the thing, watching it back, because it's probably like the 5th or 6th time I've watched it now.
Mm-hmm.
And the first couple times, you're so focused on, like, the Jeopardy
the gimmick.
angle. And like this time, I'm really just listening to all of AJ's jokes, and I'm like, damn, dude, I tried to make eye contact, and I sprained both ankles.
Yeah.
Tom always moves like he's trying to avoid a wasp.
So funny.
So good. And then Tom, and this was one thing someone said to me, someone who I thought would hate the gimmicky side of this, and they were like, no, because the jokes were good.
The jokes were great, and I love the gimmick because this guy was funny.
Yes.
This guy's energy is good.
Yes.
I like the way he presents himself,
Mhm.
you know, and he's fun, and he brought a gimmick that was fun. Like, if anybody, and not everybody should do no props.
Yes.
Like, that's not an everybody kind of thing. This guy, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, but after he sucked me in real quick at the beginning, and I'm like, I'm cool with it.
I want to make this really, really clear because something like this could spurn a whole generation of like copycats.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it as well.
No.
So don't even try.
No,
don't go making your Wheel of Fortune board right now. It's done.
Yeah, the Wheel of Misfortune. I don't care what kind of goddamn flavor of whatever diseases or tisms or whatever you got. Don't start coming out here with banana peels and fucking orange hats and fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck your magicians. Fuck your mimes. Fuck all them mimes, not moms. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Well, listen, we both got to get out of here, so let's take a look at the standings. Congratulations to Chicago, one of the best battles of the entire season. I think we'll be seeing that one again when it's roasty voting time.
Shout out to everybody on this episode, man. This was a fun episode.
It was fun, and got some new faces on there, and then 2 absolute haymakers at the top. If we look at the standings, we start in the American West, where the Bay Area and LA are now tied. Austin In third place, man, Austin did not submit a battle this week, which is just a killer because they've been on such a run.
Mike even got him some points though. Huh?
He did. He went to New York and got some points. So
What the fuck is Denver doing?
They stay with it. Denver, what they're doing is struggling. But they're working. They're about to start their new title tournament. They also did something really cool and innovative that I want to shout out. They introduced a new title called the YouTube title, and the guy who has it has to defend it on the first battle of every show. So they got a guy out there named Nate Malouf, who is a rookie and their YouTube champion. 5 weeks in a row, he's won his battle.
It sounds like R-Truth and the fucking 24/7 title. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, like a hardcore title. I
It's
like that. That's a fun idea.
They're innovating, man. They're trying new shit, and
That's
I respect
cool.
that. It hasn't helped out on the scoreboard, but
that's fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool thing.
Exactly. And then in the East, Chicago and New York. This is going to be a slugfest all season. 34-32.
Little Joe Burrow's taking Chicago with him, dog. Who the fuck is Max Soridge, man? This is little Joe Burrow now.
This is new Max.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I love Max, by the way. He's coming out here, right?
Yeah, Max is coming out to battle Malia Simon. Chicago, New York, head-to-head on May 8th at the Comedy Store in the main room. And then if we look at the international side of things, Barcelona maintains their lead. Scotland, Jack Traynor picking up a couple on the road, but Scotland has not been connecting on those battles in Scotland this year.
Damn.
They are they're still pretty far behind. Barcelona is killing it this season. In the East, Manchester picks up 4. They expand their lead over Tokyo. And then if we look at the wild cards, the U.S. wild card is crazy right now. New York with 32, the Bay and L.A., whichever one of those loses the tiebreaker, would be in second in the West and second in the wild card, a half point out. And then on the international side of things, Tokyo clinging to that first wild card spot as Scotland moves a little bit closer. Dude, thank you for doing this.
Dude, thank you for having me, man. Shout out to all the battlers on here. My little bold prediction, LA's not going to be in that position much longer because your boy's back in the game now. I got 4 battles in the next 2 months. I'm going to kick a bunch of people in the dicks.
So the Bay Area has no shot?
No. What Josh Means called his shot last year, how that worked out. This year, I'm finally going to battle Logan and Josh.
I love it.
Stomp their little dicks in the dirt.
And that is, by the way, one thing we started keeping track of this year that I've never kept track of is head-to-head city versus city. I think LA is 9-2 against other cities, and the Bay Area is 0-6. So
I ain't shitting on the Bay. They got some bangers out there, but I'm going to fuck them up.
He's going to fuck them up. You heard it here first. Nate Welch, where can people find you on Instagram?
Follow me on Instagram at Nasty Nate Bruh. Nasty Nate, BRUH. And holla at me on there. You know, I got all my battles on. Check me out on the Roast Battle website and podcast, whatever.
Yeah, man. He's one of the best. He's a great follow on Instagram. Make sure you make it happen. Appreciate you guys for watching roastbattleleague.com. We'll see you guys next week with more RBL Weekly.